This is Love, the high school edition, by Aaron Lau. Start off with some basics first. So, what is love? A more religious definition of love is something that reminds a person of God's perfect love. God's love is perfect because He's perfect. Obviously, the greatest example of this love is when He sent Jesus, His Son, to die for the sins of the world on the cross. Ways of experiencing God's love and putting it in action don't have to be complicated at all today. Sending well wishes across the room to a friend or taking a moment to pray about something does it already. If any of that didn't make sense, well, just know that God's the ultimate love expert. Moving on to a general secular definition, love is a strong affection for another arising out of kinship or personal ties, kinship being family. Another definition would be affection based on admiration, benevolence, or common interest, benevolence being the quality to do good. I feel like these two definitions work best with high school life because they include the people you'll generally spend the most time with, family and friends. You can cultivate this virtue of love to eventually have a positive impact on other people. Here are a few suggestions that correspond to each other. Number 1. Record thoughts in some way, like writing or typing. I find writing or typing helpful when I don't want to say something or I'm unsure of something. It also helps thought processing, probably because you can read it again. Number 2. Don't be afraid to put thoughts into actions or words. I don't have as much advice for this one because I'll admit I'm not very good at this myself. The best combination to show love is probably through writing, speaking, and action, though. Number 3. Think before you do anything. This partly ties in with the combination I just talked about because if you don't think before you do any of those three things, the results could be far from original hopes. Just follow the old saying of think before you speak or think before you act. The road towards loving someone or something is a life lesson in itself. It can be very easy, but it can also be very difficult, even with people you're supposed to love. Relationships and acceptance often take time to build. When you love someone or something, you'll be able to love it or love them in multiple ways, and sometimes you won't even know it was possible to love in that way before.